guys, so I decided to come on back because I had to tell you what I did. So, hi, welcome to Kitty for Crafts. I'm Kathy. I'm with Kitty for Crafts, and thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for everyone else who is already subscribed. Um, Make sure you click the bell, ring the notice, do all the YouTube things. I wanted to tell you about the pen. I want to show you Voldemort. And I want to tell you what I did stupid. So this is a Wednesday check-in. So I call this a WCI. So this is a Wednesday check-in. One, checking in to see how you guys are doing. Make sure you guys are doing okay. I showed you this morning early the Voldemort. So let me put this down and let me show you Lord Voldemort. Now, he is not sealed. He is going to be sealed. Is he not adorable? And I did get this to flip the other side, so it's not the cuckoo side. See how cuckoo that is? So that you can see like real close up. I got it to sit on this side, so that's where I'm going to put it. So I did this at lunch. It took literally an hour and 30 minutes to do, and that was all it took, was an hour and 30 minutes. So I did this like at lunch slash breaks. So there you go. Is he not adorable? I am going to seal him because it is a little slicky. Slicky enough that I feel like I need to seal him. So I'm going to seal him, and then when I seal him, I'll take him to work on Monday and stick him on my desk, his cute little self. So Voldemort, don't forget it was $14.99. This is a way to get the slick way of getting the new pen, the new tray, which I didn't use today. Well, I did use it, but I didn't use it for this picture. And yeah, so just want to let you see him, that he was done. He was complete. He's so cute. Okay, so there's that. And I use Mimwax acrylic, polyacrylic, by the way. So I'm going to do that, and then let me talk to you about this pen, and then I'm going to tell you what I did stupid. So what I did today was this. The pen is great. I love the pen. They give you the pink heart wax, which is right here, right? So they give you the pink heart wax, and so I'm using it in my 4-placer here, which they are giving you, along with the 7-placer. I don't know why you need a 7-placer on those little pals, but maybe. So anyway, I got the 4-placer, and then the putty. Man, this putty is, I don't think we can ever get enough of these pens. I love the pen. What I have noticed is that since it's brand new, it kind of untwists a little bit as I use it, so I just have to keep twisting it back. But just watch it, because if you twist it too much, your putty comes out. I don't think you need any putty out of here. So let me just show you. Like, there's no putty out, but I don't think there's a need for it. So let me grab this color here. Do I even need this color? Yeah, I do. Oh, and these are my Harbor Freights. Make sure, because I've done it twice now, because I wasn't paying attention, to tap the back, because sometimes they get stuck up in the top. Oh yeah, there. Well, I got one to do it, but then I got it out. But just make sure if you're using a Harbor Freight container, you do that. Because sometimes they just get stuck, and then you're like, what the devil, and you just got stuff everywhere. Anyway, oh, the tray is nice. It's, you know what, I think I just grabbed this tray. I had put stuff up, and then from lunch, and then I think I just grabbed this tray by force of habit. But that being said, the tray is nice. You hear that? I love it. Like, I don't, this particular project calls for a lot of confetti in a certain area. So where I'm at now, especially, I normally do a lot of multi-placings. I like multi-placing. Everybody's not a fan of multi-placing, but I do a lot because I feel like it makes my life a little bit simpler. And then I have done this twice today too, where I got extra putty on the canvas. So I'm just kind of pulling it up with my little straightener that I use. and then I go back and make sure that it's off the top, and then it's fine. So, and now it's on my finger. So, just wanted to give y'all some heads ups on, like, you know, one, I was able to get Voldemort done, how I like this pen, which I think you'll like it. I think everyone's going to be different whether or not they like putty or not. I know certain folks like use putty in their multi-placers. I just, like I said, used the red wax that came with Voldemort in the 4-placer just to see, because actually I was able to do some 4-placing with Voldemort, so it wasn't too bad. What I will say to you is that yes, he was a slickster, so I am going to seal it. But when I say I'm going to seal it, understand that will null and void anything that has to do with the product key or warranty rather with DAC. I am quite positive that you, I shouldn't say not allowed, but you will not be able to utilize your warranty when you seal any of their paintings. So just putting that out there. But with me transporting it to my job, with it sitting on a desk, that's going to be, you know, getting dusty, because I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't dust my desk and stuff. I feel like it needs to be sealed. So I am going to seal it. So I just wanted to give you that heads up on that, so that you are aware. If you decide to pick up those and you feel the same way, that you feel like it's a little slide, it's got a little slick to it, you're going to want to seal it. Just make sure you know that you will void your warranty. Otherwise, I mean, most people don't care, you know, really, unless you like, I guess if you store your paintings, or rather you like take this painting here and you put it on the wall as is, and a drill might fall off after a couple years, then that might be a big deal. I tend to, what's the word, frame my stuff, or it's in a, come on y'all, help me out, in a portfolio. So I don't feel like that's an ordeal for me, but it can be for some people. So I just wanted to make sure I told y'all that. Okay, let me tell you what I did stupid, and then I'm not gonna really talk long today, because I mean, I've already bugged y'all once today, and I don't want to keep bugging you. So throughout the day on my breaks, after I finished Voldemort, I decided, oh, you know what? Let me work on Santa. And here, I'll show you Santa. Let me put this one down, because as you see, I'm using one of my Crafts with Crashly as a guide, because it's confetti out the wah-wah. So what I did was I worked on Santa. So here's Santa, and yay to the raw. He's almost done. Don't forget, I'm doing this for Grandma's Christmas 24 for Diamond Grandma. So that's what it looks like. I mean, this is the top, and here's his face. Okay, so this is the panel. So see how I've got it blocked off? So I did, this is a side and this was a side. So I only had to do this little block here today. It's a lot of multi-placing with some highlights. So it wasn't that big of a deal. My dingy behind, let me tell you what I did. My dingy behind did his face here with this paints drills. This is why I told you I only work on one at a time. Because my dingy behind has 3 going, and when I had the 3 going, I was like, oh, you can hear Carolina. I literally took these little trays, these little Harbor Freight buckets, and placed them on this man's face and in the beard, well, on the side. Then what happened was this. I went to go put in the bulk of the beard and the mustache, which was, it's all, what is that, 3756. It's like an off green. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's kind of like an off green. Okay, I went to go put that in. Oh Lord, when I went to go put in eye, which is what that color is, this is what it was. That's yellow. And I looked and said, No, I didn't. No, I did not just spend all that time on my breaks throughout the day working on this in between workloads. And, okay. So this whole part of his face was done. All of this around him was done. All the highlights around the moon face was done. When I tell you I was irritated, I wonder why his face was blue. I thought maybe it was just blue cheeks because he's Santa Claus. I don't know. I was so furious. So I had to sit there and pick all of this off with my good old tweezers. Pick all that off. Pick everything around here off. Now, what was the best part was that this has a 310, and this had 310. Whew, so I left the black. So what will happen is when I'm done with this project right here, I'll take the black from this and put it with this. It's just 310. So and I have extras anyway, but it was just the idea that I had put all that black on it, done the whole thing. I was so frustrated with myself. And so, anywho, what's left now is an eyeball, the rest of his face, the hat. Let's see, holly, oh, the white part of the hat, then the holly, then the red of the hat. And he's got some more stars, twinkles. And I am going to change his eye. His eye is, I want to say 938. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I think it's 938. I'm actually going to put a crystal in there so that it can twinkle and sparkle. But that's with Santa Moon. And I just had to tell you how stupid I was today. I could not believe I did that, where I just took all of that from this. But that's why I only do one at a time. It was easy to do Voldemort because, I just did him at lunch and just went pop, pop, pop. It wasn't really that big of a deal. But, man, that's just kind of what I get. So I was mad at myself. My husband was like, oh, okay, well, we'll leave you alone. Like, oh my gosh, this is why I should have just not done this while I was on break. And, so, anywho. But I had to tell you what I did stupid. I could not believe it. It's almost like, when I've never done this and knock on, glass, that you spill drills everywhere. And you're like, are you serious right now? Well, I've spilt drills on the floor before. Not all of them. Like, here's all of these. I've spilt maybe half of a container or something. I've done that. And I have carpet, so that's a hot mess. But, and I don't have a cat, so, my dogs don't get into my stuff. Where one of my friends at work, she has a cat, and her cat, I think she calls him, what is that cat's name? Beast. She calls him Beast. Beast jumped up on the table when she had a tray out, and that cat took everything on the floor. And I'm like, okay, what color was it? I probably have a spare, some spares you can probably use. And she was hot. Like, she's like, you won't believe that. And I'm like, yeah, well, I've seen it before. On social groups, people do it all the time. So, with their cats. She was funny. So, I don't have that kind of a problem, but I could not believe that I had to sit there and literally hand pick off with my tweezers basically everything off the canvas, and was like, oh my gosh, is it still sticky? Is it still sticky? And it was still sticky. So I was like, oh, thank gosh. Because, then you begin to wonder, because you've sat here and you've played with, your canvas enough that you're just not sure. I'm gonna have to pull this sleeve up because I think it's catching on there. So as I've been doing this, see how loose that is already? So I just tighten it a little bit. I just kind of go over and tighten it up. And I think it's just the way that people handle. I think that's what it has to be, is a handle. One thing I do love is that you hear that pop I don't always hear a pop with some of my other methods of, like when I use wax, I don't always hear a pop. And it's not always necessary to hear a pop, quote unquote, but it's just kind of nice to hear a pop. So I got that, but I wanted just to give you a heads up. That was a loud one, wasn't it? Give you a heads up on Voldemort, let you see him, let you see that he's done, let you know that I am going to seal him, and then tell you about this pen that I'm not going to lie, I like it, DAC. I think it's nice. You know, I don't know. They're going to, every time we get a kit from them, they'll send us one of these pens. So you'll, instead of having a bunch of these type of pens, you'll have a bunch of these type of pens with putty in them. And I think that's going to be great because folks who love putty love putty. I am in love with this putty for what it's doing. I think it's going to be a very neat niche for them to do this. I do know that the putty that they send you, let me show it to you. Here. They are going to give, they're changing the formula of it to something. I don't know what, but it just has their name on it, like Diamond Art Club with their thing. So I don't know what that's going to be. I would direct you towards their Facebook group and or Katie from Diamonds and Washi to learn more about the idea of what they're doing with the putty. I just know that they're planning on changing it. So the formula, I guess, not the putty, but well, that would be the putty, wouldn't it? So they're going to change the formula of the putty. I like it. I don't see why they would need to change it, but maybe they don't think it does something. Who knows? I have a hard time believing people are going to go through that much putty in a kit, but I could be wrong. I just started using it today. I used it on the kit that it came with, and then I'm going to use it on this, and I am going to work on Pisces today. So I don't know. We'll see how much I go through. Again, I don't, this one has a lot of confetti. Pisces, the section I'm getting ready to be on, will have some confetti, so it will be usable. I will be able to use that. But I usually multi-place. I just like multi-placing because I can kind of nab a couple different things at a time. So it makes me, like, yay. But, I know everybody doesn't like multi-placing. And then some people are only like they like 4 placing, or they only like, single placing or double placing. So everyone has their own thing about that. I will go up to a 9. I'll do a 9. But after I get to 9, I'm not so much a fan, because I feel like at some point you are going to goof that up. So I do know a couple people who do 12s. I'm like, who are you doing the most? But yeah. So I wanted to do that and give you those little heads up. Yeah. What the heck? Okay, I was like, I knew I saw it. I couldn't see it. You know how you see it, but you don't see it? This is why I'm using these, so I can also have a guide. Because when you get to this much confetti in an area, you're just like, I know there are more V's than this. So I want to make sure I get them all. And there we go. And like, this section doesn't have any V's, but this section does here. So we'll do a shimmy and pick up the 7 and hop that down, and then just need to place 1. Not too bad. So that's kind of how you just saw me do that. That's kind of how I do mine, where I will do a row like of a 7. I could have done that. I didn't have 9, just needed to do 1. So do the 7 and then place what I need to place afterwards on it. So you know, here again, we'll do another row of that because there's another one. So kind of get them all on there and then pop them on, and then see, make sure, and I just use the metal ones just to do some straightener. I have a straightener. I think you guys have seen me use it. I used it on the Last Supper. But with this one, I'm going to kind of just going with the flow, making sure I get it all done, and then I'll kind of go back and double check before I, you know, finish it. Make sure that everything is like it's supposed to be and straight. It's a little bit easier, of course, with round. So that's kind of what I do. All right, guys. Again, I'm not going to keep you. I just wanted to tell you about what I did stupid. I was so mad at myself. Oh my gosh, so mad at myself. And then show you Voldemort. Let you know he's going to my desk at my job. So excited because he was just so cutie. You know, I wish they had more of like you know, I don't know, just different ones for different things. Those little cute things. So I think it's interesting that they're getting into the smalls, because we all know there's one company that does smalls, and I think it's funny that they're getting into smalls. So I'm not sure if they're trying to just get into the market or if they're trying to, you know, I don't want to say monopolize, but you know, get into the market themselves. Okay, so here, so see how this got that little, let me see if I can do it this way. There it goes. See, it's got that little edge on it, like right there. I'm just going to pull that off because what it does, and then I'll put this in the trash over there, but it'll pick up more of the drills if you don't watch it. So that's kind of what I've noticed, and I guess that's its way of quote unquote being used. I don't know. I'm also at this point where if I'm walking away, I am putting my lid on. And it has a little groove on there, like right there, that the lid sits on. Isn't that cool? And then this is all putty. All that's putty. And so, and then see how I can unscrew it, just making sure I screw it back, and then you just pull it off. So I've been putting the lid on, like, now I just ran to the bathroom. I'm gonna put the lid on, but like when I went back to work, I decided to put that on because I just don't want that to dry out. I don't know if it will or not, but I don't want it to, so I decided I'll put a lid on it. So there you go. All right, guys, I am gonna have to take the sleeve up because it keeps hitting this one area. Gonna let you boogie in a couple things. Tomorrow is the 4th. I need you guys to be safe, have fun, behave yourselves. Don't be doing nothing crazy tomorrow. If you're anything like me, you'll just be sitting diamond painting until late at night, and then I'm gonna look out this window that's next to me, and I've got a neighbor who will, I mean, he'll light it up. So we'll watch him. I thought about driving over to our local amusement park and watching theirs, but I'm like, I don't think I'm doing all of that. So be safe, please. Make sure that you get it together. I am not going to post on Saturday. And I say that more so because people are still going to be celebrating and doing their holiday things. So I don't want to interrupt anybody's thing. So I say that to say at this point, did I just do that? At this point, I'm not posting Saturday. So just giving you a heads up on that in case you're like, where's Kathy's post? Oh yeah, she's not posting because it's the holiday weekend. I look at this holiday, the 4th of July. Here, I'll tempt you up. Let me talk to you for a second. I look at this holiday as the end of summer. And someone's like, well, no, that's Labor Day. I look at Labor Day as the first holiday of fall. So Memorial is the first holiday for summer, spring. It's kind of how I look at it. My house is cold. Summer, spring. And then 4th of July is the end of summer. Because when you think about it, kids go back to school in about 4 weeks. Did I say that out loud? So you parents out there, I'm so sorry who have kids. I'm so sorry. About 4 to 5 weeks. I know my nephews go back in 4. Like I think my sister-in-law said that they go back July 29th. I was like, what? She crazy. But I don't think she is because I looked it up. Because then I drove past this school here in town and it says, welcome, registration opens July whatever 8th, which I think is Monday, and school pre-K and something else starts on July 17th. School starts and then whatever. I was like, what is going on? So I just was like, okay, whatever. So just want to throw that out there. That's kind of why I look at 4th of July is, oh, it's the end of summer. Ooh, it's only got 4 weeks left. Kids go back to school. And then I was at Kohl's yesterday, and when I was in Kohl's, oh my gosh, they had this whole front end backpacked, like a backpacks threw up in that area. Like it's just backpacks everywhere. I'm like, oh, lunch boxes, the whole nine. So if you have children and you have children who have uniforms, go to Kohl's because they got their stuff out. And some of it was already on sale. I'm like, how's it on sale? It just started, but that's not my monkey. So anywho, um, yeah. And then Labor Day for me is the first holiday for fall. Like, yay, it's fall. So, you know, I think of that as laboring to, if you're like in a state that does like agriculture, they're laboring to put things up for the winter. So it's kind of like, you're doing your plowing for the fall, you're plowing for the winter. It's just kind of what I think of it. And then after that, then what's after that? Halloween, which we know that's an automatic fall holiday. You should be having leaves on the ground. Some of y'all gonna have snow on the ground. So that's that holiday. And then we have Thanksgiving, which is nothing but fall turkey. And then my first um, holiday for winter is Christmas, because not everybody gets like when I lived in Florida, we didn't have all that stuff though. But you could feel it. You really couldn't see it because there's palm trees everywhere. But if you're anything in a northern state or a state that gets 4 seasons, then you can kind of see it. So you should be having your first fall or first winter being Christmas. And then, yay, Christmas. And then Christmas goes, and then we have New Year's, which is still winter. And then January is New Year's, still winter. Um, what's that? Valentine's Day, still winter. Then comes Easter. Now, Easter's, hey, I'm spring. I'm here just to say hi. Because I'm going to peek in and peek out. Because by the time Easter is over, Memorial Day comes up because that's in May. And guess where we're back to? Hello, end of spring, welcome summer. Because this is when most people open their pools up, is in quote unquote Memorial Day weekend. So then, hi, summer, bye, summer, 4th of July. So now y'all know the kick of that's my brain pattern. Someone's gonna be like, girl, you crazy. But that's how we do it. That's how I look at it. So here in America, we have all those kinds of holidays. I just gave y'all all the holidays. Um, Minus some oddball ones like President's Day, Martin Luther King, Flag Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day. Y'all know I'm missing another oddball holiday. Eh. But we had some eyeball holidays, but the major ones, though I just went through them. So that's kind of how I look at the year, is where we are in that year and what holidays approaching. So we just got done with 4th of July tomorrow. So summer's done. Now we need to get our kids together, prepped up, ready for school, because school starts in August for most people, unless you're mostly East Coasty, and most East Coasties start Labor Day, welcome fall, because you went back to school. So, anywho, that's my little gizmos in my brain. So, that being said, I'm gonna let you go. I just want to give you all the heads up on all my stuff and show you all my stuff. Tell you that the pen is the bomb. Yay for the pen. Show you Voldemort because he is just so cutie wooty. Let me get him back. Yay, Voldemort. Whoa! And then tell you that I was stupid in how I did this today. I'm so mad. But it's still looking good. So I'll get this done probably on the next day or two. Um, and then I'll show you. And this one will be sealed too. Um, and I'll probably get it done the next day or two because I'm going to seal both of these together. Because it's kind of a slicky too. It's a little slickster. So I want to seal him so that I can frame him for the winter. And well, I'll put it up. I don't like putting up, like my tree don't go up after the day after Thanksgiving. I usually wait till December 1st. He'll go out December 1st. Just because I just don't do that. So, anywho, I will chit chat with you later. Like I said, I won't do anything on Saturday. Most likely, it'll be, if I do, y'all just be surprised, but I doubt it. That being said, stay cool, be kind, be safe this weekend, guys. Please, 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 as I would like to see you back. And I will catch you later. Happy holiday and bye.